said National. Jane Fonda, amazing woman. Great interview, said Terry. Jane Fonda may have had a lozenge on the go at the start of our interview. You were unimpressed with that, many of you. Disgusting to hear Jane Fonda something on food and drink while talking. Ignorant or arrogant. Either way, not good, says Mark. Tedious, irrelevant woman. Ask her not to suck a sweet while you interview her, says another texter. And an email from Charles. The lefty love fest with yet another deluded liberal B actor. In her life, who created the Trump presidency. They are its fuel and they're still at it with their full care for the working class. They see them, as Clinton said, as the deplorable. Fonda is dangerous. Thank you very much, Charles. Irving Welsh coming up after the music ends. RNZ News at 10. I'm Mary Lambie. More strike action is on the cards for government employees. The Public Service Association says its Inland Revenue and Ministry of Business Innovation and Employment members will walk off the job between 1 and 3 o'clock on Monday over pay and work hours. Earlier this month, 4,000 staff went on strike for 2 hours, and the PSA says negotiations have not progressed since then. Rallies and marches are also planned around the country during the strike. A man who was poisoned last month by the nerve agent Novichok has been released from hospital in southern England. After the poisoning in the town of Amesbury, a small bottle of the substance was found in the home of the man, Charlie Rowling. Novichok was also used in the earlier poisoning of the Russian ex-spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter in Salisbury in March. The BBC's Caroline Davies reports.
After nearly 3 weeks in hospital, Charlie Rowley was released this morning. Doctors described his ordeal as an appalling experience most of us could never imagine. He thought to have come into contact with the military-grade nerve agent Novichok through a bottle which was found in a house he shared with his partner, Dawn Sturges. She died in Salisbury Hospital on the 8th of July. Today, friends met at a local pub to remember her. The hospital gave the public reassurances that only 5 people have been exposed and treated for the nerve agent. For Charlie, his release is just the next step to recovery, leaving Salisbury Hospital with his life changed forever.
Caroline Davies reporting. The New York Times reports Donald Trump's former lawyer Michael Cohen secretly recorded a conversation with Mr. Trump. They discussed a payment to former Playboy model Karen McDougal 2 months before the 2016 presidential election. The newspaper says the FBI seized the recording in a raid on Mr. Cohen's office as part of an investigation into possible campaign funding violations. Mr. Trump's current lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, told the Times his client had discussed the money, but the payment was never made. Ms. McDougal says she had a 10-month affair with Mr. Trump in 2006, a year after he wed Melania Trump. Mr. Trump has denied the affair. A Ngāpuhi lawyer says Andrew Little is wrong to think that hapu in the north can't manage their own treaty payouts. The Treaty Negotiations Minister says many of Ngāpuhi's 100 or so hapu have difficulty functioning, and talks are focusing on an iwi-wide entity that would manage the settlement. Moana Safari says the hapu are proposing 6 settlements, not 100, and Mr. Little's remarks are condescending. The Kaikoui lawyer says the Crown was happily negotiated multiple settlements with much smaller iwi, such as Ngāti Whātua, but seems hell-bent on treating Ngāpuhi, the largest iwi in Aotearoa, as a single entity. She says that approach is doomed to fail. And that's the news.
Coming up on the podcast hour this week.
How do we grieve for someone? How does it change and evolve as we get older?
Hello, and welcome to the Boring Talks. Surrender mind control.
I started counting my sneezes on the 12th of July, 2007, and I'm still doing it. The podcast hour with me, Richard Scott. Today after the midday news, here on RNZ National.
RNZ National funded through New Zealand on air. Now, short forecast from that service until midnight tonight. Northland, Auckland, Coromandel and the Bay of Plenty, cloudy periods, a few showers developing. Gisborne to Wairarapa, mainly fine, but scattered rain tonight. Is rising to severe gale force in southern Wairarapa. Right over to Wellington, including the central high country, a few showers. Rain spreading from the west later this evening, possibly heavy, and northerlies rising to severe gale force above Wellington. Also in Marlborough, a few showers turning to rain from this afternoon with heavy falls, severe gale force northerlies developing about northern Marlborough. Canterbury, a typhoon in Southland, high cloud, rain near the divide and scattered falls elsewhere from this afternoon, severe gales at times in exposed places. Bullet to Fiordland, rain with some heavy and possibly thundery falls and severe gales about Fiordland. And in the Chatham Islands, cloudy period. I'm Big National. It's 4 minutes past 10. More news and weather again at 11.
Good morning on National. I'm Noel McCarthy. Kinhill is on holiday. So did Joe Collective, the sisters Dan and Dominique Angeloro.